I know a lot of people are, looking at silver today and saying, "Wow, it's great. It's going up. It's going back up, and everything's looking nice." But I think we're being played with. This metal actually is much, much, much tougher to predict. And man, I swear, professional. And I always said there's a couple things I know that a lot of people don't know, but I don't want to say like I have some inside scoop, because I don't. Because if I had an inside scoop, I'd act on it 100%. If I knew it was absolutely solid. I don't know. I'm staying the hell out of this right now. I'm thinking it's pulling back. That's what I was saying about maybe possibly the 1500 gold and all this type of stuff. But there is a lot of kind of like secretive Swiss trading houses, and it's hush hush. There's a lot of garbage that goes on, and when news stories get released from Reuters and stuff like that, like you're seeing the euro starting looking good and all this stuff right now, and I'm watching this silver. It's bouncing. Let's just imagine there's this trend channel, and I don't really care to learn how to draw lines, but I can use an imagination. It's probably bouncing up to this trend channel, and I'm not going by like technical too much, I don't think, but I think it's going to work in this case, and I'm not looking strictly at that. But I've been noticing that there's some deadlines coming up for Friday, and when the market's being pulled up with all these rosy little stories, something's going to come out over the weekend. I don't want to short silver, but if I had to take a bet, short or bull, for Friday to see what it would be on open on Monday, I think it's going to be down. But I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it, because I think this general trend is down. And this was basically what I said before. Bernanke, everybody was expecting all along QE. That's why this junk was going on, and they were expecting him when he opened. This is why this jumped. This is really why this jumped. He was going to talk, and they expected him, and they were getting in there early. They were expecting him to announce QE, because he's helicopter Ben, or hint at some kind of QE. That's what was going on here. All right. So I'm going to say something else about this too. This stuff could drop to another low, and I'm not bearish on it. I'm not. But you know what? Mark Faber's prediction about possibly sub below 1500 gold is correct. Let's look at the fib levels even from here, because they haven't resolved the crisis yet. They haven't resolved it. They've all been saying this. So I don't know what the heck is this, $9 and this is 48. We might see silver get down to $24. And I don't know about that low, but it could be somewhere a lot lower than even the 28 or whatever, 27 it's been at in December 28th. It could be. And you know what I'm thinking at? It's not because of technicals exactly. It is partly technicals. I got to look at this because, if there's a big scare, get the heck out of quote unquote risk assets, and silver, they even consider gold a risk asset. Mark Faber says buy gold. And that other preacher, whatever his name is again, Lindsey Williams says buy gold. It's right. I mean, they're not the same category, but you know what I mean. It's correct. Do buy gold. There's probably going to be a massive pullback, though. I'm really thinking about this, because mathematically, a hell of a lot of people are saying it's impossible that the Greek debt situation can be resolved. And what I think is they're going to have an emergency, and they're going to fix it somehow, but with more money printing. All these guys, Mark Faber and Jim Rogers are saying the same thing. But you got to I think I am reading between the lines a little bit better, because they're not going to specifically tell you step by step, lay it out. But I think they have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. I think they do. But they're not going to tell the public, because it's like, how could they? How could they? So I'm thinking this is probably going to have a massive pullback. But I think it is going to spring like crazy. I don't know where the hell it's going to pull back to, but I bet you it drops below both these points down here. I bet you it does. Because when there's a massive say there is a debt default with Greece coming up in March or April. I don't know which month. What's going to happen? There's going to be a mass exodus out of this stuff and into the dollar. And it's like, it's not that clear when you're on a silver chart because silver is very erratic. There's a lot of short-term moves going on. And, I swear there's like professional trading houses really moving this market in coordination with stories coming out of Reuters on a newswire. And I think you have to have like a devil's mentality to the max to actually win this game. I don't know if I have enough of that kind of mentality, so I'm kind of staying out of it because I think it is going to pull back in general. But I would think this is going to, like, if you was to short it right, or maybe this is going to go up a little more, but tomorrow or something. But I almost think it's going to drop on the weekend, and it'll hit the next down leg off of this, or maybe up to here and up. And it's going to stay in this channel a while until the problem with the euro is solved somehow with something it's going to have to come out. We're going to have to just print money like crazy. There's going to be a massive emergency, and that's when I think these metals are going to really take off. They're going to have a super emergency coming up here, I think in March or April. So I think this metal is going to be like shit. It's off the chart, but I think it's going to be the lowest it's been. But then if you try to buy physical at that time, good luck. You're probably going to see a bottleneck shortage in the coins at that time. You would. But in electronic markets, I'm opting to stay out for this reason. I'm kind of noticing something here, and I'm not sure about playing in and out of here. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous.